Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get into today's video. So, last night around 2 o'clock in the morning, I actually was able to open up my first 10-pack pull, and I was able to pick up some really cool stuff. You could see the footage of it right here on the screen, and yeah, I was floored by all of it. Like, there were a lot of cards that I was looking to get in order to build up some decks, and I also was able to pick up a Starmie EX, which I thought was massive. And I just felt like overall, the experience of opening up 10 packs was incredible. It's something that I would like to do a lot more often. Of course, when it comes to Pokemon TCG Pocket, I do not plan to spend a lot of money on this game. I already play a lot of other phone games that does require a lot of my money. But when it comes to this game, I'm trying to be as free to play as I possibly can, and I really do think that the game does allow you to do that. You do get quite a lot of cards free to play, and they do give you 2 free packs that you can open every single day. And I think overall, when it comes to monetization, this game has done a really fantastic job at keeping you engaged in the game without having to spend a whole bunch of money. It's a huge contrast from other card games that I've played in the past, like Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra. Like, a lot of those games are really good, but they do require you to buy a lot of packs. But when it comes to this game, you could still get a lot of really good battles in as long as you're just constantly playing the game and opening up packs whenever you can. Now, in order to get a whole bunch of free-to-play packs, there's actually some aspects of this game which I think you should not ignore, especially if you're just starting off playing. Alright, let's load up the game right now so I can give you a good idea of what I'm talking about here. So, when I jump into Pokemon TCG Pocket, the first thing that I see is, of course, the home screen. You can see the packs that I could open up right now, and then, of course, I can see the amount of hourglasses that I also have, which is going to allow me to open up more packs. But what's really important is what's here on the bottom right corner. It's this button that says Missions. Now, why is this important? Because when you're starting off playing this game, you will find that these missions are your sources for getting these hourglasses. These hourglasses are what's going to allow you to open up packs. That's basically your free-to-play method for getting a whole bunch of packs. Sure, you could spend a lot of money, buy a bunch of gold, and then open up a bunch of packs that way, but if you're going to be playing this game free-to-play, these hourglasses are going to be your most important resource. And I'm finding that the best source for them is going to be through these missions. Now, if you look through these various missions, you can see I have the premium track unlocked. If you go to the Poke Shop, you could actually start a free trial of this premium track. I do suggest you do that for your account. If you haven't done so already, you do get yourself a sizable amount of rewards for doing that. But if you look through here, there's the daily missions that you complete every single day. They involve opening up packs. They involve, I think, battling is another mission that you do every single day. And they award you with a good amount of hourglasses, enough for you to open up at least 2 packs. I think that's very important because when it comes to this game, if you're not completing these missions and you're just ignoring them, then you're going to fall behind. It's going to be very difficult for you to get as many cards as you possibly can every single day. Now, another really good source for a whole bunch of these hourglasses is going to be right here in the battle section. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about battling other players. Like, if I click this versus button, you're going to see that there are a couple of versus missions that you can complete, but I do think the majority of them is going to come from right here. It's going to be these solo matches. It's when you face against the computer, basically. I've been going through and trying to complete these as much as I can, and I'm finding that I'm actually accumulating a whole bunch of hourglasses this way. Like, if you look right here, you could see that when you beat the deck, this Blastoise and Gyarados deck, you're going to get yourself 3 of these hourglasses right off the bat, but you can also pick up some of these shop tickets when you complete a lot of these extra missions. Now, the thing is with that item, the shop ticket, if you go to the shop, just give me a second here. All right, here we go. If you go to the shop, you could see that you could buy hourglasses with those tickets. So yeah, you kind of see what's going on here. The more you play the game, the more you're going to accumulate those hourglasses. And like I said, this is probably your most important resource in this game. So yeah, you want to do as much gameplay as you can. You're going to want to do all of these solo battles, build a bunch of decks with the cards that you get, or maybe you could even use rental decks, which are available to you. And then you will want to battle all of these battles and then collect those hourglasses and shop tickets. And then when you do that, you're going to be able to open up a whole bunch of packs. Like I said, yesterday I was able to open up a 10-pack pull, and because of that, I was able to get a whole bunch of really good cards. Now, I really hope I picked the right deck for this. It looks like I didn't. So yeah, I'm just going to concede this, because I do not want to go up against a Blastoise deck with a deck of just fire types. Let's not do that. In fact, what I'm going to do instead is actually go to this, and I'm going to actually build a deck right here and there. So I just go to build new deck, I go up and I change, actually, let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to change the energy to lightning because I need that for this. And if you actually go, I think it's, if you go to edit, at the very top, you're going to see a button that says auto build, and you could just do this and it's going to create a deck for you. Now, is this deck going to be any good? Not necessarily. It's going to be pretty basic. I think the AI just kind of goes with whatever you have. But it's something. It's a way to start it off. Like, if you want a deck for you to use just simply for these missions, then this is a great tool for you to use in order to just have something to start off with. But for this deck, for this battle in particular, I'm actually just going to go with my Mewtwo deck. It's a deck that I highlighted in a video I made yesterday. I think this deck is enough to just take down every single one of these battles. At least that's how it's been for me. So yeah, and another nice thing is with these, you could just do the auto button, and it's just going to automatically play for you. Basically, it does the most efficient moves possible with what you are given. So yeah, this is something you could do. You could just set it on auto. You could just watch it play the game and just, I don't know, like, this is a way you could play this game. I think it's a little bit boring. Like, I like to play it a little bit more manually. Like, I'll be doing this and stuff like that. But, you know, when you press that auto button, it's basically going to do the things that you would want to do anyway. But it's not going to do something like this, where I'm going to actually retreat Pidgey and have Snorlax out, because I would rather do that. And the reason for that is because if I'm building up energy with Snorlax while it's taking very minimal damage, it's just going to play out a lot better. I'm actually not going to put that down. And then let's actually set the auto now and see what it does. So that's a move that the auto function would probably not do, but it's something that I did because I would rather play it out this way. So you're going to see it's going to build up energy. Hopefully I'm able to pick up a Mewtwo so that I can have it in the back. But yeah, you're basically just letting it play out, and it should win. Like, if you have good enough cards, it's going to win, no problem. And yeah, that's basically how you play it. Now, something you should keep in mind is that having a diversity of decks is definitely going to help. You're going to be able to complete more of those missions for each of these battles, and that's going to allow you to get more shop tickets and, in turn, more hourglasses. That's going to be very key, because when it comes to this game, you will want to just try to complete as much as you can, especially in the beginning, because the whole progression of this game is collecting cards. The more cards you have, the better decks you're going to have, the more battles you're going to be able to win, and then when you win more battles, you're going to get more rewards, which is going to allow you to open up more packs. Really, your goal should be to get as many cards as possible, because when you do that, you're going to be able to have more decks, and all that stuff is going to be opening up to you. And yeah, the way you get there is by actually battling with what they give you. A lot of those rental decks, they're definitely going to help. I really do think that your main goal, especially in the beginning, should be to just complete as many missions as you possibly can, whatever that entails. Alright, so it finally got me my Mewtwo EX, but this Snorlax is basically doing all the work. I don't even think I'll need that Mewtwo. You're gonna see, yeah, this is the reason why I wanted Snorlax as my active Pokemon. But the AI probably wouldn't have done that. So occasionally you should still manual it. But yeah, you can see right here, I'll just pop Giovanni and beat this guy, and it's going to be over. And you're going to see the rewards that I'll be getting. Alright, so pop the Pidgeotto, that's expected. Yep, this is exactly how I would have played it anyway. And then yeah, here we go. Kaboom. And it's done. 3 victory points. There you go. Free hourglasses, just like that. So yeah, this is basically it. I just wanted to talk about these missions. I wanted to talk about why they're so important. And if you're playing this game and you want to get ahead, you want to get more Pokemon cards without having to spend any money, then it's very important that you complete these missions. Look at that, 3 hourglasses right then and there. And then it unlocks the next battle, which is going to award me with more hourglasses. Also, these shine dusts, which you can use for... I actually do not know. I think it's for like a lot of the cosmetic stuff, like the flares. Yeah, like you need it for flare. Oh my gosh, you need a lot for the flare on this card. Let's actually take a look at some of these. Can you preview them? Yeah, wow. That's actually the one I would want, and it's the most expensive one. That's just great. Oh yeah. Well, anyway, there you have it. I just wanted to talk about this and talk about why it's important. Make sure you're going out and completing these missions. Like I said, it's definitely going to allow you to open up more packs and get a whole bunch of really good cards. That's going to be it. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.